guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called A Guide to Poland. This makes me very excited because I do not know much about Poland. I think I know sort of basic facts about it, but a guide seems like a great place to learn more about a country. So let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe.
I took the walk to Poland. I took the
Oh my god, okay. So peaceful. Not really, okay. Are those actual... My first question is, is this sort of joking, they're joking around, or are these clips actually from rural Poland?
First off, Polish food.
Oh my god, right kick my daddy in the chest, what the?
It's actually pretty good as long as you stay away from the sandwiches.
Why? How bad? Sandwiches are great, usually.
Also goes for all of these countries. They're all mayo freaks. My advice would be go for one.
A lot of mayo, but it's some people can go well with it, but I don't think they're bad. And mayo sandwich, that sounds great.
One of these various types of dumplings. They're so good that they even have their own dumpling superhero in Poland. However, the most important point regarding food,
a pierogi, man. Okay, what's up with that guy? We'd love to know more about him.
Is Zabka. This is a corner shop which is always within 3 minutes proximity in any Polish city. You can get everything you need to live real Polish lifestyle from these. Rye bread, beer, sausage, even wok. No.
Well, the beer, the bread, what was the other thing? Sausages. Seems great. Wouldn't want to live like that.
Oh, they really sell woks. And the best thing is, you could probably buy
the woks because the pierogies? Maybe? I don't know how pierogi is made.
Buy all these essentials for $1. That's right.
Oh.
Poland is literally the cheapest place ever to exist. Ubers are like £4.
Is that a joke? Sarcastic, or is it for real? No, it's really cheap.
A pint of Tyskie is like 50p, and a flight to Krakow from London is literally £10. Now, you might be...
I don't think he said literally, but I doubt it. No, of course it's not £10.
Be wondering, Geopold, how do you have all this inside information? How do you have all this Polish knowledge? Well, about 3 months ago, I visited Krakow.
Oh, they love to... Everyone drinks,
I really
everyone's
like
dancing.
this city, and I also flixbused through this region on my way to the worst city in Slovakia. If you unfortunately can't get to
that was a little bit rude, I think.
Poland for £13, I would recommend go to Gloucester.
What is that video? What's up with that plane?
It's pretty much the same thing.
Okay, so they're similar.
The capital of Poland is called Warsaw, and I happen to live half an hour away from another Warsaw, and these two actually share some similarities. Not only the name, but they both have Soviet-esque murals, they both have irrationally invested local football fans, and they both have produced many famous people.
I don't know who Goldie is, maybe someone famous in the UK. But you know what? It's really, wow, territories and boundaries, they don't really exist. We're so similar.
They both also have lots of Polish people. Next to the city of Warsaw,
are there a lot of Polish people in the UK?
we have Lodz.
It's the worst city in the world. To become
integrated with Polish society, you need to learn how to view countries from their perspective. For example, Germany, the Czech Republic, England.
I didn't got the joke. What that meant? It's a place where nobody goes because it's scary.
Ukraine.
Oh,
Hungary.
okay. Oh, what?
Also, their relation to NATO.
What did that mean? What's the stereotype of Hungarians in Poland? What is it?
NATO and their relation to the EU.
Okay.
Then we have the Polish economy. Then we have the Polish government. Just like in Spain, some of the regions of Poland want autonomy, specifically
Silesia
and
Kashubia.
They can kind of be boiled down to this.
Isn't Silesia Germany? Oh my god, I had no idea they wanted to be independent. Yeah.
In conclusion, the drip is fire.
This is really funny. No, okay, you get, and also, yeah, I think Scotland can join the club. In Wales.
The regional flags of fire.
There's a lot of birds, which I like. Are those eagles?
However, Poland's flag lets everything down. It is indistinguishable from these flags, it's very unimaginative and
I agree.
boring. The only
Yeah.
other problem I have with Poland is...
I don't get it. You hate mayo? That's the problem? Is that the anthem, the national anthem? Sounds great. Okay, I want to know, first of all, what's the beef with mayo? I think mayo, it can be controversial, but I think in some dishes, I think it might work. You're not eating a tub of mayo just with a spoon. That's disgusting. But I think on fries, I think controversial, but they really do taste good, especially if you put some mustard and ketchup as well. And I get on a sandwich. Who doesn't like mayo on a sandwich? Well, sometimes it's a little bit overpowering, but I think it's great. And even some controversial as well. But some salads, potato salad with mayo, yes, of course it's gonna be good. And other salads, I think you can put mayo and they taste very good. Although I get it, it's not a salad as in lettuce and tomato. No, but there are certain kind of salads where it kind of defeats the purpose of, salad's healthier, and yeah, you're putting a bunch of mayo. Maybe it's not the best, but it's quite good. But I don't really get, so they put a lot of mayo. Polish people put a lot of mayo on their food. Well, good. I think, I don't know, I want to taste it because, I don't know, mayo is not that bad. Again, if used sparingly and appropriately, it can really do make dishes better. The whole flag situation, I have to say, I kind of agree. Seeing the other flags, obviously I only know the Polish flag, and it is a little bit boring. I think, well, yeah, because now you're sort of, you see it, and oh, that's a Polish flag. But seeing the other flags of the other sort of what I imagine are the territories, regions, states, I don't know how they are divided geographically, but whatever, let's call them territories. They have some incredible flags, so they chose kind of the I don't know, it's very minimalistic, I would say, but it's kind of boring. And compared to the others, it's okay. Why would you choose the most boring one out of them all? They all have birds, they have crests, they have incredible things. Maybe it's just because one of them I think is yellow and blue. It looks a little bit, it's similar to the Ukraine flag. Obviously not the same, but I think it's similar. I don't really know. The other, I think there was a red one with a sort of bird on top. Well, in the center, not on top. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Albanian flag. I think it's the Albanian flag. So I don't know, maybe it's because they were similar to other flags, so they needed, although I think Albania is quite recent. I don't know, but they maybe were trying to simplify the whole thing, and it's, you're part of Poland, and we're going to have a very minimalistic flag, but each territory, well, you go wild, and you can do whatever you want to, and yes, you can have fun, basically, and that's why everyone has the little eagle. I don't really understand what's with the eagles, and even if it's an eagle, maybe I'm just here calling those birds eagles when they're not eagles at all. But weren't there the ones with the hussars, the winged hussars? And I think they had the crest, the things that they used to wear. I think they also were eagle. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying. Yeah, because they had the feathers, but they were feathers that came from eagles, right? I'm a little bit unsure, but I'm just thinking about it, and I think maybe there's some relationship there, and maybe there's a lot of this particular bird in Poland, and maybe it's sort of a national bird or just a very specific bird that you can find in Poland. And that's why, yeah, a lot of things have this bird. But yeah, but the whole thing with the flags, sadly, yeah, they kind of chose the worst one for the country, sadly, at least in my opinion. The other thing that I learned, they want autonomy. A lot of territories want to be autonomous. They want to be their own thing. I had no idea that was a thing. Because yes, I think some countries, like they mentioned, yes, Spain, they also, I think the UK, there are, yeah, I think those, I can think of only those two. They want, well, in Europe, in other places, yes, of course, there are others. But I thought that was just the thing of, yeah, especially I think, well, in Spain it's just what, two. But I think in this case, there's a lot of them. There's, I think, two that, no, we want to be something separate. We want to be on our own. I don't know if they've gotten around, if it's just a movement, a separatist movement, that's sort of gaining a bit of traction, but it's not really a thing. It's just about, I don't know, hundreds of people, or maybe thousands of people. But obviously compared to the millions of people that are part of a country, It's not really a thing. So I don't know if that's the case, or if it's an actual, no, it's an actual thing that people are voting, or yes, because it's not as easy as say, hey, I want to put this into voting. It has to go through a bunch of steps, and they have to allow you to do the election. As in, again, it's the case with Spain with the movement. It's been going around for years. So, and they can get offended if you call them Spanish. But I think in this case is a person from I don't know, Silesia, or I can't remember the others. Are they going to be offended if you call them Polish? Is it on that level, or if it's no? Well, they're not gonna be offended, but probably they'll let you know, no, we are striving towards being independent because we have our own cultural things, and we don't want to be a part of this country because we feel it doesn't represent us. So again, we'd love to know if it's a thing that's for real, and in recent years, maybe in the next, I don't know how much is recent, 20 years, maybe 30 years, we're going to be seeing Poland sort of, no, there's not going to be Poland anymore. It got separated as in other countries in Europe. Or if it's a thing now, it's not really, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, just because there's not a lot of support. It's just a bunch of people that want to, but the support is not really there. We'd love to know more about it. The other thing, I think it's really funny about the stereotypes that they have about other countries. I think there was the Germany one. They kind of hate Germany. Well, not hate, I think that's a strong word. They just feel probably, hey, we're still not cool. We still feel you owe us a lot. Well, yeah, sure, understandably so, of course. I think it was it was Slovakia, I think. Slovenia? No, I think it was Slovakia. I think. One country that apparently, I don't know if the joke was nobody goes there. It's because obviously it's a country that's really near them, and it's their neighboring countries. But and that's why a lot of people would say, oh yeah, I want to take a vacation, and I'm trying to look for places and countries that are near me. But nobody goes there. It's, oh no, go to whatever you want to, but do not go there. Nobody goes there. It's sort of the dark alley, the sketchy alley. Is that the equivalent? And I'm not saying the country itself, obviously, it's just a stereotype Polish people have against them. I don't know. That maybe I misunderstood. But this I think was what I understood and what I could gather. And there was another one that they also said, like, oh, this city is the ugliest city that I've ever seen. I don't really know. It was also in Slovakia. I think it was Slovakia as well. And the person making the video was, oh, this is the ugliest place I've ever seen in my life. And I think that's super harsh. I don't know, it says, oh, the nicest view. And it's just a street. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know much about the country to say this, but I would venture to say, of course, it has beautiful places. All countries have beautiful views. So it's super harsh of you to say, no, this is the ugliest place I've ever seen. Do not even think of going there because it's going to be awful. So I don't know if they have, the stereotype they have is sort of the sketchy. They do not go there. I wouldn't recommend. It's the same as going to the sketchy places or areas in a city where you recommend tourists, oh, do not go over there. It's the ugly area. Do not even attempt to. But that was really funny because, again, I didn't know. And as for the stereotypes, I think Polish people, oh, they're big drinkers. I think that it wouldn't surprise anyone. I think that to me, I think, I know that, but that's their stereotype. I don't know if it's true. They are big drinkers, and apparently they are, but apparently they're big partiers as well. They love to dance, they love to drink, they love their beer. Well, yeah, sure, and they love their football as well. I didn't know that the football was so big over there, but well, yeah, I would guess not surprising because I think a lot of places and a lot of countries in Europe, I think you'd be hard pressed to find a country in Europe that's not really big on football. I think all of them love their football, so that doesn't surprise me. I think, but I think one of the things that was surprising is that he said they're quite similar to the UK, which I maybe could see that if I think, oh yeah, maybe there's some places, I think in not in London specifically, but I think some places in the UK and some cities in the UK, I think I get where this is coming from. Oh, there's a little bit of a resemblance over there, and people I think can be very, I don't know if brash is the word. I don't think it's brash, but it's just, they're very active. Like they like to drink, they love to be out in the streets, they love to be I don't know, just they're very into, I don't know, active lifestyles, and not specifically as in sports, just active as in, you know, they love to roam around the streets, and they like to drink, and they like to speak loudly, and they like dance, and they love their nightlife. I think maybe that's where they were coming from. And of course but they both love sausages, they both love beer, and I would guess he didn't mention, but also I would think they also love smoking. So yeah, you know, more similar than you would think. But this was a great video, and even though it was obviously a lot of them was jokes and it was through comedy, I feel like actually I learned a lot about Poland. So great, thanks for the video. But that was it for today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.